Hello everybody and welcome back to another tournament 1v1 game from the tournament sponsored by Drone. Shout out to Drone, thanks for putting this together. It's been great so far. This game is the second of three with Saab and Banana Eye. The previous game, the victor was Banana Eye. Saab threw in the towel at the end. So let's see how things go in this game. Starting in the bottom right is Banana Eye. He's going with light vehicles. The map is Titan Duel. In the top left we have Saab going with light vehicles as well, so this will be a mirror match on Titan Duel. Those can be pretty fun. We have some scouting from some darts here in the middle, with Saab going to the outsides, Banana Eye going right up the middle, and them all missing each other. Now, slashers. Banana Eye starting with slashers coming out. And let's take a look. Yep. Just one slasher, followed by some masons, constructor units. So really not so much for offense right now as just sort of a substitute for putting up defensive towers in his base. A slasher is basically a missile tower on wheels. You can park it in your base, use it as a defender, and then when you don't need to defend your base anymore, push it out and go kill things. In the meantime, in the upper left corner, Saab is actually building some defense. He's got a laser tower. Laser tower protecting his base. He's got a Scorcher, so he's building raiders. Hasn't built a lot of them yet, but there are more on the way. So far he's looking to expand quite a bit, I can tell, because he's got a constructor. He's expanding with his commander, and he still has another constructor queued up behind his next 5 raiders. So looking to do some expansion, and on this map, that's a good idea. Lots of metal spots there to be taken. Victory goes to whoever can expand first and best. Now in the bottom right, expansion for Banana Eye. We've got one constructor doing some work down here, being guarded by a slasher, being guarded by 2 slashers. Another constructor coming out, and that constructor is focused on putting up some energy. Let's see how that energy balance and economy is going. Not too bad for both teams. They're doing a good job spending all their metal, and their energy is staying reasonably close to the metal income, so pretty good balance there. Let's take a look at visibility so far. We've got one radar tower down in the south, giving him coverage over his quarter of the map. In the upper left corner, also a radar tower, giving him coverage of his quarter of the map. So both sides coming out about the same there. Starting to line up now for some battles in the middle. We've got some raiders, we've got some scorchers coming in, up against a couple of slashers. That's not going to go well for the slashers, especially with them spread out like that. One slasher goes down. Commander's having to back up a little bit. And the other slasher has been found, and it's going to go down as well. So slashers are great units, but you need to have a lot of them at once. Scorcher's taking out the tower. Scorcher's taking out a constructor, making a move on the commander. Could this be it? Down to 2 Scorchers, but yes, the commander goes down. That's a big blow for Banana Eye. Big blow. If you take a look at the metal count, that takes him 1.9 versus 580. So he's now, with that, just very far behind in units. And even worse, he had a lot of energy on that commander. He was using an energy cell, which means the loss of that commander means a loss of huge amounts of energy. Right now he's got 14 metal, only 9 energy. That means he's got 3 to 2. That means there's a lot of metal that he's collecting but can't spend because he doesn't have the energy to match it. That's going to set him way back on his economy, which means way back on the unit counts. That could cost him the game right there. Depends on how well Saab is prepared to capitalize on it. He's got a couple of Scorchers in position, managing to take out metal extractors and harass them. Up against the Leveler. That Leveler is definitely going to be able to take out the Scorcher if the Scorcher doesn't stay far away. He's doing a great job microwaving that Scorcher, though, keeping it out of view of the Leveler, hiding behind Solars, took out a mech before dying. Still, that was just an absolutely devastating play. Absolutely devastating play. The Scorcher's there, taking out first the commander, then taking out a lot of the metal extractors and infrastructure. If you look at the metal map right now, Saab is way in the lead. Saab has plenty of mechs captured. He's managed to get basically everything on his third of the map, roughly, and has managed to, through attrition and destruction and harassment, managed to contain Banana AI just to a tiny fraction of the map here. And that shows in the energy numbers. Now, Saab could do a little better job pushing out more units, or perhaps getting more energy. He's starting to float metal. Banana Eye is also floating metal as a result of losing so much. And if you look at the unit counts, 2.4 to 1.4, Saab has a pretty convincing lead. But the game is not over yet, not by any stretch. It's not going to be until Saab has a chance to convert his lead into a decisive victory. And that's going to require more units, more attacking, and not throwing away units like he's about to here. Putting a couple of raiders up against a leveler. Oh, okay. Shows how much I know. Those two raiders managed to take out that leveler, and then one died, but one is still pressing on, is going to take out that metal extractor. This constant harassment from Saab is exactly what he's going to need in order to build himself up to just an absolutely dominating lead and clinch this game for good. Here in the middle, five raiders coming up on five scorchers coming up on 2 slashers, only losing 1, making a move on the laser tower, the metal extractor, the construction unit, down to just 3 raiders, but still that was a very impressive move. These raiders are just going to lay waste, just causing absolute havoc, and there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that Banana Eye has in reserve to stop them, except this Dominatrix. Oh, the Dominatrix. Always love to see those coming out. Is the Dominatrix? No, not enough. Dominatrix is not good enough against 3 raiders. 3 raiders take some losses, but manage to kill the Dominatrix at the same time. Now, looks like they're trying to do some counter raiding. Banana Eye has some Scorchers of his own, trying to do some harassment up there, taking out the light tower, losing 1 raider, and then running into some more resistance. 2 raiders against 1, 2 Scorchers against 1, and there it is. Banana Eye, I think, finally sees the magnitude of his position and decides to just call it quits. And that's the game. So, Saab, congratulations. Victory is yours. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. This is Crazy Eddie saying good luck and have fun.